Hi, what's going on everyone? McDonald Bullion here. Thank you for watching another episode of me talking about silver and gold. For today's episode, I wanted to talk about Canadian maples, what I think about them. Are they good buy? Are they poor? Let's talk about it anyway. Now, Canadian maples I've been buying for a little while now, since I've been doing the silver stacking journey, which I started in January 2022 now. Actually, it's been over a year and a half now. And it's flown by. Buying silver and everything, it absolutely flies by. I think this is not the first coin I bought. I bought a 1 kilogram silver bar. That was my very first purchase. But the Canadian maple, I think it was my second buy. I actually bought a 2015 Canadian maple, I believe, which I don't have anymore. I did sell it in the end because I didn't really like the older designs. But nevertheless, the Canadian maple, the front of the design has pretty much stayed the same. The only thing that's really different is you've got this little privy mark, I think it's called. This is its little security feature. And also, if you can see it, if my camera is not doing me justice on the video, but they do have these radial lines, which you're probably not going to see through the video, but I will bring up a photo so you can quickly see it if you're not sure on what that is. But Canadian maples, they have been hit and miss with many people. I love this coin. This Canadian maple coin is probably, well, it's definitely in my top, let's say, 4 designs. I think probably my 4th favorite design, possibly. Perhaps I'll do a video of my top 5 favorite designs when it comes to bullion coins, but Canadian maples, they have such a fantastic design. I actually prefer them over the Silver Eagle. Now, the Silver Eagle has extortionate premiums at the moment. They are going for about $45 on the dealer's market. And you can potentially pick some up for around $40, $35, depending on where you get them if you are buying them privately. Here in the UK, you can buy American Silver Eagles for around about £34 or so from a dealer, potentially around £29, £30 potentially from a private seller. But nevertheless, it does depend on where you are, depends on the premiums and things. Perhaps an American Silver Eagle over in the US is going to be more expensive than buying it over here, for example. Now, Canadian maples, it features this maple leaf at the front, which is prominent and absolutely bold, outstanding in my opinion. You've got Canada proudly shown over the top there. You've got the radial lines, of course, 4/9 fine silver, the fine silver which we all love, the 1 troy ounce, now not to be mistaken to just an ounce. It's a troy ounce of silver, which is slightly different. And then you've got this here, this little bit of writing here on the back. You have the Queen Elizabeth II, who is probably due a change with King Charles being crowned. I'm not entirely sure whether that the Canadians will decide to perhaps change the design. I assume that King Charles will go on there unless there is a complete shift. But you've also got $5 here, 2022, and you've got some radial lines. If you can see it, I don't think you can, but yeah, there's Queen Elizabeth there, the second, all in her pride and glory there. So yeah, these Canadian maples, they're great buys. I know in the US, many people are resorting to lower premium stuff like the Britannias and the Canadian maples. These are a really good option, I think. These have a fantastic design, in my opinion, anyway. The Canadians make some great coins. The Canadian Mint, they make some absolutely fantastic coins. And what I really do enjoy about these Canadian coins is they've actually gone a step further, as opposed to, you know, the Royal Mint, for example, who have some serious milk spotting issues. Milk spots on Britannias are what lets them down for many people. It's what probably lets them down for me slightly. You know, getting a brand new Britannia coin which is in its tube and you take it out and it's got milk spots already, for many people that's going to be really annoying and really frustrating. But the Canadian maples, I'm yet to see a milk spot on one of these newer Canadian maples. So if you do have a Canadian maple that has some proper milk spotting, obviously you've got a couple of fingerprint marks and things, but Canadian maples, the newer ones, they don't tend to milk spot as much as they did, especially, well, the bad ones. You compare them to the bad ones, the older Canadian maples that I had milk spotted like crazy. I think they were probably on par with the Armenian Dram coins, which the Armenian Dram Noah Arks coins, they are really nice coins, but my god, they milk spot like crazy. So these Canadian maples, they do have a nice little shield around it, which can be quite cool when it comes to preventing that milk spotting. I don't think it will prevent it completely. I do think it will eventually happen. But nevertheless, if you do enjoy milk spotted free silver, then of course keeping it in a plastic capsule, for one, handling it with gloves and things, it's going to slow down the process anyway, depending on how you like to handle your silver, etc. But just to remember, bullion is mainly for investment, so obviously the price is slightly affected if you do handle your coins, or if they are milk spotted coins. For example, a Canadian maple you could perhaps buy privately for around £26-27 possibly, in very nice condition. Milk spotting ones probably about £24.50 or so, £25. So there is a very small little value change, but I mean, if you want to handle your silver, I see no problem with that, especially with bullion. But my god, premium coins, proof coins, don't ever handle that, because they can be very costly, especially with premiums. It all depends on, will someone on the other end buy it? And it's what I talk about, exit strategies being so important when it comes to buying gold, silver, proof coins, numismatic stuffs. It's really essential. But yeah, my thoughts on the Canadian maple, I do think it's a buy. I do think it's a really good option when it comes to buying silver, bullion stacking and things like that, especially in the US as well. I know that a lot of people have shifted over to the Canadian maple, especially those living in the northern states. Canada's not too far, you know, me saying that. The US is huge, you know, the UK is only small compared to that. I think it's probably, well, it's probably going to be one of the smaller states. If when you compare the size of the UK to the US, it's probably going to be a tiny little state. But you know, Canadian maples, they are a really good option. That's the point I'm trying to make, especially with the US buyers as well. If you don't want to spend extortionate prices on $45, you know, $45 premiums on American Silver Eagles, then I suppose you can consider Canadian maples. But you've got loads of different options. You know, you've got the nice coins that Royal Canadian Mint do. You've got loads of different editions. Unfortunately, these are the only coins that I do have. I've only got maples, so I can't really compare them in-house because I haven't got them. But from what I've seen from people doing videos and things, I do think they do have some great designs and some great coins as well, and they don't seem to milk spot as much as the Royal Mint ones, so that could be a really good bonus for you as well. But let me know if you enjoy buying Canadian silver maples. I really do. I'd love to hear them in the comments. If you really want to support the channel, all you need to do is just like this video. That's all you need to do. Like the video, it really helps me out. Leave a comment, let me know your thoughts, whether you like them. Just say hi, do whatever you want, write whatever you want in the comments, because that helps me out as well. And of course, there's extra bonus points if you do subscribe to the video. I need some more watch time hours to hopefully monetize soon, and I'll be getting a brand new setup and everything, so I can give you all some gold and silver content, which is not in my car. So help me out, it would be very much appreciated. But thank you very much for listening. I would love to hear your thoughts, and I will see you guys in the next video.